Good evening, and we are live with another N.E.W. Brawl, live from Genting Arena in Birmingham. This crowd is ready, and we hope you are as well. We want to thank you wherever you're joining us. Allegedly, we will have an appearance from Max Radix this evening, helping me out on commentary once more. And well, it'll be good because we've got a lot going on tonight. Of course, a lot of titles already on the line at Riot. I will go through them as the relative matches pop up here tonight. Our main event tonight, I can guarantee you one thing: this could be the biggest battle in the war between End Times and Magnum Opus to date. Adrian Goldman seems to have a solution. Our main event tonight, we'll see 3-on-3 20-minute Iron Man tag, no DQ. Goldman literally pulling out all the stops to try and put an end to this battle that has been going on between the two teams. However, coming up first tonight, we have a tag team match set to be the Redemption taking on the Hit Squad. As far as I'm aware, this may affect Redemption as far as tag team rankings go. It will not alter the Hit Squad's opportunity to dethrone Magnum Opus as tag team champions come Riot 12. That is set in stone according to Adrian Goldman. This merely, as in his own words, a warm-up match for the Hit Squad. What a warm-up match it could be, as they take on Franco and Marty. Once again, we want to thank you wherever you're joining us for this broadcast. I'm just about ready to get going here with our first matchup. Again, rumours Max Radix will appear in this commentary booth being chatted through my headset as we kick off. Franco, 6 foot, 248 pounds, from Beverly Hills, California. Marty, 6 foot 1, 220 pounds, from Denver, Colorado. Both have been tag team champions twice before with two different teams. Both stabbed in their back by their brothers. One blood brothers, one metaphorically. Well, they have formed Redemption, but it seems as of late Franco has been using some questionable tactics to try and get victories in their matches. Maybe that's why Adrian Goldman thought this would be a good test for the Hit Squad. But of course, you know, Magnum Opus will do whatever it takes to keep hold of those title belts come next Sunday. Which again, you've got to wonder how much they're going to have left after tonight's main event. The punishment being dished out. Here come the Hit Squad, the Gangster, 6 foot 3, 299 pounds, from Brooklyn, New York. Former TV champion Tyler York, 6 foot 1, 248 pounds, from Houston, Texas. Former Hardcore champion. They have held those tag titles once before, but no doubt love to do it again. Again, have that opportunity next Sunday as they will face Magnum Opus. As Adrian Goldman says, this is just to keep them ring ready. This is their warm-up match. Both the Gangster and Tyler York have spoke out in that ring about how much they're looking forward to having another shot at Magnum Opus. The Gangster with a snap suplex to kick things off against Franco. Went for a side slam. Franco, knee to the head, gets out of it, and a belly to belly overhead suplex, sending the Gangster flying, and retakes control of this matchup. A drop kick to the face. And again, some questionable tactics from Franco, taking off that top turnbuckle pad, exposing that steel ring. It may have... oh, luckily, it just went off the ropes and over, not hitting that exposed metal ring. Went for a flying forearm there, dodged by the gangster. Northern Lights suplex by Franco. Dragging the gangster back to his corner. The fans clearly not happy about the tactics Franco has been using. Although that being said, we've seen a few shots to the groin purposefully from the gangster, so this match might get a bit ugly. Only a 1 as Marty went for a pin. That's a beautiful crossbody off the top. Again, Marty might have to have a word with Franco if he wants to remain on the side of these fans. He doesn't want to be associated with someone who's going to bend the rules like that. Again, N.E.W. match rulings are a lot looser. The referee will not disqualify someone for these kind of tactics, but it is frowned upon. York now in with some heavy hands to an already rocked Marty, but he sends him over the top rope. And a huge shot to the face. Tyler York now finding himself on the outside. Big elbow drop from Marty. Needs to get this one back in the ring though. Thankfully, Redemption's match last night with Fixers did not end outside of the ring. Hopefully this one won't either. So far, both teams have been jostling for position throughout this matchup. Count of 6 now. Tyler York, Luther's pressing. Marty on the outside. Beating away, finally sends him back in the ring. Stomped the leg. Scooping Marty up, but Marty manages to counter. Shot to the back. And a monkey flip. Bit disorientated there though. Went to drag him to the corner, realised he was dragging him closer to the gangster. Finally makes the tag to Franco. Who is now going to use his pure wrestling ability to debilitate this powerhouse in Tyler York. Look at this. Side suplex. Now again, just that wrestling roll, just squeezing at the ribs. The less oxygen you have, the more you're going to be trying to take in, the more tired you will become. That is exactly Franco's tactic here, hesitant to go at the gangster, and gangster wise to that, sweeps the leg. Trying to get some offense back for Hit Squad here. Oh, but a knee to the head from Franco. And has kept hold. I think we're about to see another trio. There's 2. We saw plenty of these last night. Devastating trio of German suplexes. This warm-up match could be at an end. Tyler York breaking up the pin as well as taking out Marty in one vicious double axe handle there. But Franco is still managing to out-wrestle the gangster here. Franco slam! The gangster is in deep trouble here, but there's no sign of Marty to stop Tyler York breaking up the pin, which he does. Franco not happy about that, was considering taking out Tyler York there, I think. Chose against it, but gave the gangster some time to breathe. He returns with a huge lariat. Bit of a shot to the face. Corkscrew leg sweep. after it seemed Redemption could have had it in the bag. Tyler York saved things for the hit squad and have somewhat turned things around here. The Gangster needs to make a tag though. They really need to start building ahead of steam. Oh, went for a spinebuster, but Franco reversed it into a DDT. Oh, kind of got one in the end, not the kind of velocity he was hoping for, but it grounded Franco long enough to make the tag to Tyler York. Back in. Off the ropes with a huge leg drop. Crowd with a seemingly mixed opinion on both these teams at the moment. Oh, pump handle slam. Franco trying to crawl away, did not get it very far. Tyler York back on the attack. Oh, wait a second, pumping up the elbow drop. Oh, right to the gut. Franco somehow managing to come to, reverses the whip. Not aware enough to dodge that forearm or that one. Russian leg sweep. Franco back to the mat. Tyler York taking a deep breath. That long game always does come into question. With Tyler York, you can see the fatigue setting in. Oh, perhaps he was just taking a deep breath for this though. Look at the strength. Suplex. Blood rushing to Franco's head. That's going to make him feel woozy. That's going to make standing up just that little bit tougher. He is trying, but he is groggy. Tyler York with that spinning side slam. That could be it, but Marty right there to break things up. The Gangster just ran Chatopa down. I don't know if that was intentional. It didn't seem like he was on the train tracks to go for Marty. He just ran right into Chatopa. Tyler York is back on the offense of Franco. Franco trying to turn things around here. Fireman's carry. Oh, but Tyler York countering here. Went to scoop Franco up. Franco's managed to counter into a reverse DDT. And is walking back to Marty, who is certainly probably the fresher out of all four of these men at this point in time. Tyler York was waiting for him though. Big backdrop. Wanted to scoop Marty up, but Marty still had his senses about him. Sends him back into the corner of Redemption. Makes a tag to Franco. Oh wait. Small package super kick pile driver. Well, that could be it, but Marty should have stayed in the ring. The Gangster's right there to make the break up, and he does. Franco gives him a German suplex for his bother though. Back into the corner of Redemption. Goes Tyler York, but he's reversed things. Sends Franco to the other corner, but there is no Gangster to make the tag to. Sends it back into Redemption's corner, but follows him with a big knee. And just stomps away at Franco. Marty desperately seeking a tag, but just that little bit too far away. Tyler York knows it. He's playing a high risk game there. Realises, drags him a bit further away, while providing some more stomps to that chest. Sends him into a neutral corner here. Oh, Franco counters. Springboard crossbody out of the corner. Just like that, things may have turned around here. It looked like the Hit Squad were rolling forward. Franco's just turned it around and clasps on once more for another trio of German suplexes. Somewhat exhausted, makes the tag to Marty. Comes off the ropes. Oh, elbow drop to the back of the head. Tyler York is in trouble here. Desperately needs to get to his corner. Dodges a boot, but not quick enough. Marty remaining in control. Tried for a leg scissors. Tyler York managed to turn him over and free himself. The back foot there from Marty, stops the sidewalk slam. Oh, and into the corner goes Tyler York. Face first into that turnbuckle pad. Now lying down. Oh! Marty throwing all 220 pounds via the gluteus maximus straight to Tyler York's face. York is down, but Marty wasting time here. Perhaps contemplating everything that's gone on so far here in this tag team match. Gets a big boot to the face as he went for a tag to Franco, but did not let that deter him, nor did Tyler York let that stop him. Marty back in the corner of the Hit Squad now. Can Tyler York make the tag? He does. Now you got to think that the gangster must have the upper hand in freshness. Takes a bit of time to get these fans behind him. Has he wasted too much? No! Nails the spine buster. Sends him back toward Tyler York. Another tag is made. And we've seen this before. Double arm DDT. Suplex. A German but utilising legs, almost like a wheelbarrow suplex. And that does it. Franco was too exhausted on the outside. Well, the Hit Squad did struggle there, but they won their warm-up match. Gotta wonder if the Hit Squad do have what it takes to shut down Magnum Opus. This was not a walk in the park from Redemption, but you would not expect it to be. They may have an even tougher time at Riot 12 against the tag team champions. What a match to kick things off on Brawl. And I believe Max Radux has entered the room.
Thank you, Owen. A little bit late to the party, but better late than never.
Oh, indeed.
N.E.W action, great to be back in the booth. Well, after taking a more extended roll out in back scenes the last month or two. It's great to finally get to sit behind the desk once again and call some action, Owen.
Well, last night certainly was chaotic as far as everything going on backstage. I'm sure you had your hands full.
Well, yeah, I mean, Adrian Goldman is many things, but the patient man is not one of them, and I can't say too much, obviously. I mean, internal issues are exactly that, but Adrian Goldman, let's just say, you don't piss off the boss.
Well, I think tonight's main event proves that. A 20-minute Iron Man tag match, no DQ. I think, well, a 6-man tag match, should I add to that? I mean, I think that kind of speaks for itself with all the chaos that's been going on. It's going to be interesting to see them.
It gives us a great main event, but I mean, it's been produced purely by Goldman's Fury. He's absolutely determined to stomp out these unsanctioned fights that are happening within N.E.W. He wants it to happen within the ring.
Yeah,
so he can make a buck from it and the fans can enjoy it.
I'm kind of thinking he hopes all 6 end up with injuries that stop them from wrestling in tonight's main event. That may actually happen, but talk about injuries, this Extreme Rules match may feature some.
Yeah, a triple threat, I believe, between Warlord, Jimmy Falcon and Troy Webster. We see Warlord here with his private security team. We may as well run through the tail of the tape while he's getting to the ring. He's 6'2", he's 255 pounds, he's from Akron, Ohio, former TV champion back in the day, but what a run that this man has been on as of late, Erwin. I mean, that jackhammer is absolutely devastating.
Yeah, known for his ferocious speed in matches, just putting opponents, even legends, away in phenomenal fashion. In 87 days he did hold that TV title way back when.
A great run, undoubtedly. We've always said any run over 50 days is pretty impressive here in N.E.W, considering how hotly the titles are contended. So nearly a triple-digit run for Warlord there, and the only singles title he's held in N.E.W so far. Yeah, it's very impressive indeed.
It's the exact reason he got into the US rankings, which is exactly what this is for. And as I said at the start of the show, I was going to speak of relevance. Well, that Falls Count Anywhere match is going to happen. Zach Fuller versus the Reaper for the US title at Riot 12.
Well, after that 2-on-1 match that the Reaper showed unholy resilience,
but we may finally see him without a title. I mean, I say it every time, but we may finally see him without a title for the first time in N.E.W history.
But it's back to one-on-one, Erwin. It's back to Warlord versus Fuller. Can Fuller do the job on his own? That still remains to be seen.
Well, again, the Reaper at home in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Again, this Extreme Rules match for the rankings. Goldman always thinking ahead, wanting to see who the next person to take on the champion will be.
Well, here he is, the associate who is working his way up these rankings and is getting very close, I would say, to the call up to the big leagues that this man has been waiting for. Jimmy Falcon, 5'9", 220 pounds, from Miami, Florida, part of well, the associate of Magnum Opus, but part of Snake Enterprises, of course, on the books. One of the guys that he manages, and look how it has only benefited Jimmy Falcon's career, Erwin. I mean, he's been on a great run of form as of late in matches. He's contending for the United States Championship, and he's not even a full member of the group. What does that say about the influence of Magnum Opus?
Well, Falcon and Warlord have had their history as well. Of course, Warlord, it seems his only weakness is interference, but Jimmy Falcon, I mean, he thought it was down to the interference of the other members of Magnum Opus, and Jimmy Falcon beat him fair and square in a steel cage match. It seems Jimmy Falcon may also be a kryptonite of Warlords. And then there's this psychopath.
Well, yeah, Troy Webster, psychopath. It's pretty insulting to psychopaths considering what this guy's been up to as of late. 5'11", 235 pounds, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Proud member of the Trailblazers, a 3-time tag team champion. This man, Erwin, still under investigation. The matter is not closed as far as Adrian Goldman is concerned, at least, for that now infamous table match that this man was involved with, where he assaulted Zach Fuller.
Well, rightfully so. I mean, the fact that he's still even allowed to participate in matches raises its own questions.
Well, while the investigation takes place, while the psychological analysis takes place of Troy Webster, then it is unfortunately nothing that the company can do about stopping this man from earning a living until he is proven to be unstable. But everything that we have seen of this guy would suggest he is exactly that.
Well, his promo afterwards was simply stating he was sending a message to
message
everyone.
Received.
Extreme Rules here.
Soper rings the bell, and here we go. Troy Webster locking up the Falcon straight away. Headlock. Oh, kick to the gut. What again? Double DDT by The Warlord and Troy Webster. And now those two guys duking it out. Both these men very heavy hitters. Big bulldog there by Webster. And a hard elbow right to the sternum. Sorry, Owen.
No, it's fine. Webster getting the better of Warlord there, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, Troy Webster, as unstable as he is, dangerous. Oh, big back body drop by Jimmy Falcon. Oh, beautiful.
Side suplex there as well.
Yeah, Jimmy Falcon might just be the wild card in this one.
Methodical attack.
Hard elbow from the middle rope, connects, but not enough. Warlord recovers
did
quickly.
not appreciate that.
No, he did not one bit. Trying to bring Falcon in the hard way. Falcon counters. Oh, face buster.
We was going to see a suplex to the outside for a second.
So did I, just for a second. For a brief, horrifying second, Jimmy Falcon lost his mind, thought better of it, and now goes back onto the attack of Troy Webster. Big backdrop. Huge backdrop by Falcon.
Warlord seeming a little out of sorts in this match so far.
Oh, lion salt.
Beautiful. Shades
of Chris Jericho. What a beautiful manoeuvre there.
And again, there is no question as to the in-ring ability of Jimmy Falcon. It's merely his association I question.
Well, Jimmy Falcon, let's be honest, before he was associated with Magnum Opus and the legend that is the Mastermind Snake, he was floating around the ball. Oh, what a powerbomb!
Troy Webster just powerbomb Warlord straight onto the back of Jimmy Falcon.
Dear Lord, that could cause a concussion, broken ribs. I mean, Falcon's not going to be 100% after that. Never mind the Warlord.
Psychopath.
Swinging neck breaker by Webster. This is Extreme Rules. Why in the name of God would you put Troy Webster in an Extreme Rules match?
Well, exactly. I mean, investigation or not, I'd have simply said he can't compete until we resolve the issue. Oh!
Well, how do you expect Webster to feed his family if we do something like that? Well, we assume he does.
Oh!
I assume he does.
And Bart Bruce would probably be willing to pay for it out of his cut. Oh!
Not the Bart Bruce that I know. Hard elbow by the Warlord.
Another
underhook. Beautiful double underhook there by the Warlord. On his shoulders goes Troy Webster.
Seems he has found his feet here.
Oh, guillotine to Webster. The Warlord now, as you quite rightly say, Owen, starting to make strides in this match of trying to take control. A big power player. Knows he's only a power move away. This could be it. Oh no, Falcon counters.
Yeah, he was starting to pick up the pace, but Jimmy Falcon is powering through.
That superior speed of Falcon. Snap suplex. And the shoulders goes Warlord.
Oh, Troy Webster perhaps saving Warlord there only for himself. Strength
now Webster for another buckle bomb. Head first connects of the Warlord. Oh, and the straight knee to follow up just by Falcon, who now just stomps the mud hole onto the Warlord, taking advantage of that power maneuver of Webster's, who gets run into the corner by Falcon, who's clearly learned a trick or two from the Mastermind about taking the opportunity.
A counter,
counters that suplex neck breaker again by Falcon. Goes for a pinch, Atopa's down, Warlord's nowhere to be seen. No, not even a two. Not even a two, my God.
Webster seems somewhat determined here tonight.
Oh.
Reverse DDT.
Tremendous reverse DDT by Webster. That quick counter, fireman carry. Response by Falcon. Oh, God.
Well, talk about responses. I think Warlord just walked the crowd back up with that huge barge through both men.
What a clothesline by the Warlord. Goes for a powerbomb. Falcon can't counter it that time. That could be all. Good night, Jimmy Falcon. Webster's getting back to his feet, but it's not going to be enough. Falcon kicks out after one.
And Webster went to break it up, but too little too late. Falcon had already kicked out. It seems they're trying to pick on the bigger man here.
I don't blame Troy Webster. And Jimmy Falcon one bit. You want to do? debilitated. A man of size. Oh my word, that springboard line salt. Almost turned into a modified dropkick by Falcon, who took out Warlord. What a fantastic piece of athleticism that was in a blink of an eye. Changed position and changed manoeuvres.
Warlord could have been playing possum. Going for some kind of leg lock here.
A modified figure 4 by the Warlord, and uncharacteristically going for that submission. Falcon finally counters out of it. The pin broken up by Troy Webster, who's back to his feet. Not for long though.
Oh, what a face buster.
What a face buster by Falcon, who's now feeling the admiration of the N.E.W. faithful.
May not have been a wise idea.
The chorus of boos.
Because that happens!
Zero distance spear!
I saw Warlord get to one knee as Jimmy Falcon was taunting.
No!
He's foolishly, perhaps, turned his attention to Webster.
He kicked out. Falcon kicked out of a zero distance spear.
Oh well, he may not kick out of this though. Oh,
counters a jackhammer. Counters a jackhammer with that knee. Needs this to connect.
I'm going for a
Falcon clash.
Troy Webster though, still standing. Oh, going for it on Webster as well.
Falcon clash again. To both men, surely now this is Jimmy Falcon's moment. Chitapa there with the pin. 2. Yes! Jimmy Falcon just beat the Warlord and Troy Webster. What a victory for Falcon.
Well,
what a moment for Magnum Opus.
Cannot deny a hugely impressive performance from Jimmy Falcon, managing to kick out of that unholy spear and then provide 2 Falcon clashes to both opponents, which gave him the chance to get the 1, 2, 3.
Tremendous matchup. Jimmy Falcon once again showing that he is to be underestimated in this division. The champion's peril. As if the Reaper didn't have enough to worry about as it was.
Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine Falcon will be banned from ringside in that 6-man. But again, it's no DQ, so I guess you'd have to ask Goldman on that one.
Well, coming up next, third match, and it's going to be Casey Judge versus Hannibal Jacobs, one-on-one in the N.E.W. rankings here. Both these guys former world champions, Owen. I'm going to put you on the spot as a four-time world champion. Who do you favour between Casey Judge and Hannibal Jacobs, who both had relatively short title reigns?
Well, as far as attitude and persona go, I'd prefer to see Hannibal Jacobs as a champion. I think skill-wise they're probably quite evenly matched. I mean, the N.E.W. rankings is the toughest of the toughest, if you ask me. There are people that deserve to be in there, but there is no one in there that does not deserve to be there.
Well, I mean, if I was forced to pick out of 2 men with the greatest respect to Hannibal, my money's on Casey Judge, 5'11", 220 pounds from Des Moines, Iowa, former European champion, former Intercontinental champion, and of course he's held the big one, a former N.E.W. World Heavyweight Champion.
54 days, he held that belt. Again, not a bad run, and it was after beating Vega to get that championship, the second ever N.E.W. champion.
If you're going to beat anyone to win the world title, you may as well beat the icon, Vega.
Of course, that belt on the line, as many others are, right at 12. We'll see GBH try and take it from the current champion, Yuri.
Should be a great matchup. Of course, the mad scientist, always liking to plan for the future, Adrian Goldman, always thinks 4 steps ahead.
You see him shining away in the distance.
A beacon of light in N.E.W. for quite some time. Animal Jacobs, 6'2", 355 pounds, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, former TV champion and unorthodox two-time N.E.W. World Heavyweight Champion. But what an attitude, what a guy, a firm fan favourite, Erwin. His second run was a little bit disappointing, and Animal Jacobs wants to atone for his sins.
Well, with 115 days under his belt, I think that's an impressive overall stat, and I think he can indeed get that third run, as I believe Simon Youngblood can, who is on a phenomenal roll. Of course, I even said on air that Adrian Gorman should give that man a night off after that match against Grime last night, in which he won, beaten, bloodied and bruised. Thankfully he did, and we get to see this. And hopefully we get to see the winner of this go against Simon Youngblood next week. Because I think that this world ranking hunt has been an interesting one to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the resurgence of Simon Youngblood has been a highlight for me over the past few weeks. I've always been a massive fan of the Lionheart. I mean, Casey Judge, Hannibal Jacobs, no slouches in the ring. I mean, my money's on Judge, but my heart says Jacobs. Hannibal is such a great guy to have in that locker room. He's done it all, he's seen it all.
Well, and as you said,
17-year veteran, sorry Erwin.
Jacobs, unorthodox. The question is Casey Judge too predictable in his attack? Is that what makes Jacobs the better wrestler here?
It certainly makes him the more unpredictable wrestler, in my opinion. Hannibal Jacobs, you never really know what you're going to get. I mean, he's got surprising speed for a guy who's been in the game for as long as he has. He's got great power, he's got great agility, and he can mix it up in the ring. A sound technician as well, Hannibal Jacobs, always underrated in that respect. I mean, I think people tend to take him lightly because of the way he dresses and the way he talks, his whole kind of attitude towards life. But Hannibal Jacobs is no slouch in that ring.
When he gets down to business, he gets down to business, and that is why he is a future champion once more.
When that bell rings, he becomes a different person. Judge, however, leaves no room for error and is always an angry young man. Arm drag by Hannibal Jacobs, headlock, and a Russian leg sweep by the veteran.
Yeah, took a few shots, perhaps testing what Judge had to throw at him before dishing out his own assault here.
It's youth versus experience. Casey Judge, of course, an N.E.W. veteran, but if you're talking about years in the business and Jacob beats him by some way, it's interesting to note that Casey Judge has had a lot more success here in N.E.W. than Hannibal Jacobs if you're talking about titles. Racking up a 10.
Yeah, Casey Judge, it's had 947 days on the N.E.W. roster. Meanwhile, Hannibal Jacobs, 891, so fairly close even in the N.E.W. ring. But as you say, that extra experience Jacobs got before coming here may very well lend the advantage.
Oh! Judge missed with that shoulder barge. Sidestep by Jacobs, the veteran, with that instinct, getting out of the way. The longer this match goes, however, you have to believe, oh, what a suplex by Jacobs. The longer it goes, the more it will favour Judge. Well, he's an alpha athlete. Throws against those rope, hard elbow strike, nothing fancy about that.
Judge does have an impressive long game, but Hannibal Jacobs, again, has that surprising resiliency, just has that ability to get a second, third, even fourth win sometimes.
Oh. Hard right hand. Club to the chest. Snapmare takedown. And a overhead bulldog there by Jacobs. What a flurry by the veteran. Taking it to Judge now, getting into his stride.
Oh, but
wait a minute, stopped in his tracks, and that's slam to the spine by Judge.
Oh, quickly stopped again by Jacobs. A bit of back and forth here. Oh, what a chop. Heard that from up here.
Hard left hand by Jacobs. Back into the corner goes Judge. The veteran outpowering momentarily at least. Casey Judge with that superior speed changes that game, and those hard strikes right to the chest of Jacobs, trying to protect his pectoral area. Not much success from those vicious feet of Casey Judge, who's got Jacobs back in the corner again. Oh, what a counter by Jacobs. Snapping a takedown again. Going to look for that big bulldog. There he is, yes. Goes for a pinch. Atopa's down. Not even a 2.
Well, resilience also comes out of Casey Judge. And I don't think he can take the beating quite like Hannibal Jacobs can.
Sheer stubbornness.
Oh. Blocked what Jacobs had planned there. Reversed the belly to belly. But could not keep Jacobs up on his shoulder. Reversed DDT now. Again, as I said, I think both very evenly.
Oh, spinebuster by Jacobs.
That could be a match changer.
Absolutely turned Casey Judge inside out 2. No. Amazingly, Judge got his shoulder up. I don't think Jacobs could believe it, Erwin. I don't think I could believe it. Oh, what a lariat, what a comeback by Judge. Go for it, kid. Why the hell not? Oh. Big shoulder barge by Jacobs. Stop that comeback in its track.
Oh, could be looking for it here.
The almost glorious DDT by Hannibal Jacobs.
DDT. Brutal manoeuvre.
Pulls Judge away from the ropes. 1, 2. No! My God, if you would have put money on that one being over, you might have put the mortgage payment on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Hannibal Jacobs thought he's had this match won twice, and Casey Judge keeps getting that shoulder up. Jawbreaker by Judge. Oh, sling blade. Beautiful manoeuvre.
Goes for he used to call the gavel.
2.
But still only a 2 from Jacobs.
It's a terrible name for a finisher.
Casey Judge. Why we stopped allowing him to call it that.
Casey Judge in the corner, stomping his feet.
Oh, what a kick! That's more like a gavel. Jeez.
It was more like a guillotine.
No!
With the foot. Almost taking off the head of Jacobs, who amazingly somehow gets his shoulder up. But will it take for either of these men to stay down for the count of 3? Both men want to be N.E.W champion again.
Swinging neck breaker.
You've said it so many times, Erwin, if you're not in this business to hold the top title, and you've no business being here.
Yeah,
and these 2 men exemplifying those very words.
I think Jacobs is bleeding to add to this brutality we've seen here.
I think you're right. I think that knee of Casey Judge has busted the veteran right open. Those flurries with those vicious rights and lefts ends. Jacobs rolling to the outside to catch his breath, and Judge quite literally smells blood in the wall, and Mike Chatopa starts to count. Jacobs not wasting any time whatsoever, gets straight back in the ring. That may have been a mistake. Judge right back on him in the corner. Goes Jacobs.
Yeah, could have used that to catch his breath a little on the outside. May have needed it. Oh wait, no.
Counter by Jacobs. Gonna fly. Yes.
Oh, blockbuster.
Tremendous blockbuster by Hannibal Jacobs. Chatopa's there.
Love that move.
2.
But only a 2. And like you said, this match is all about seeking to be at the top, and these 2 have certainly proven that is what they are here for.
Oh, wait a minute, backbreaker. We've seen this before. Judge holds on, and again.
With that
trio of backbreakers.
And that exposed knee. No padding.
Bone meets bone.
I think the amount of time he's utilised that, he's going to have leg injuries before long. It must affect him. Perhaps not as much as it affects his opponents. Look at this, Jacobs using the ropes.
Characteristically there, how's Chatopa not seen that? Judge, however, powers out of it. Perhaps a little bit of frustration kicking in there. Of course, Jacobs lost a lot of blood in this match of another hard lariat by Casey Judge. That footballing background shining through there. Oh, what a backbreaker on that exposed knee again by Casey Judge.
Camera's got all of that.
The action almost too quick to call. Neck breaker by Judge.
And now neck wrench. Hooking the jaw. Oh! And a jawbreaker frees Hannibal Jacobs. And he is back to his feet quicker than Judge is.
Right for that Ric Flair-esque
Oh
chop,
wait!
which was kind of
Verdict!
Judge.
That could be it!
By Casey Judge.
But he's innocent! Hannibal Jacobs continues to fight on here.
Not guilty, Jacobs pleads. Crawls to the other corner, trying to create as much distance between Jacobs and Judge as possible. Didn't get too far, being stopped by the incredibly impressive Casey Judge, who has took it to the veteran here tonight. What a counter by Jacobs. That experience.
Oh wait!
Again.
Oh, I thought he was going for the
fisherman
suplex, but went for a fisherman.
Beautiful fisherman suplex had by Hannibal Jacobs. By sheer exhaustion, couldn't keep the leg hooked, but it was enough.
What a brutal finish, as you say, just too exhausted to keep hold of that leg, but quickly covered up and got the 3. What a brutal match that was.
Well, the inverted DDT by Jacobs and a spine buster. So many high impact maneuvers. Casey Judge just kept clawing them back, one after the other. Did not go down easy. Took Jacobs arguably to the limit. Bust open the veteran, but at the end of the day, when the dust was settled, Jacobs' hand was raised. What a match!
What an impressive victory. Can you imagine what the match of Hannibal Jacobs taking on Simon Youngblood could be like?
I cannot wait for that one. That has got Slobber Knocker written all over it. Simon Youngblood versus Hannibal Jacobs. Could be one for the ages. Main event worthy, in my opinion.
Almost certainly. Because there's so much craziness going on here. You never know what will take precedent over. I mean, that was our 3rd match. That could have been a main event. Instead, we are going into find out who gets another point in the women's tag team division.
Yeah, this has created some incredibly interesting variables for me, Erwin, with of course the point scoring system that has been developed in the women's tag division to keep things interesting, to keep things competitive because of the lack of female teams currently in N.E.W. Adrian Goldman has devised this clever system, and the team with the most points in the end will face the champions at Riot 12. It's as simple as that. It's Foxy Valentines and Fox and Nancy Valentines versus the Scorpions here tonight. Sonia Jackson and Farrier. These two teams know each other very well, Erwin. So you have to question exactly how they're going to prepare for tonight when they faced each other so many times before.
Both looking for their 3rd point. True Force behind with 1 point currently. Oh wait, hang on. We have the man who won one hell of a main event last night. And as Sean Stevenson called him, the peasant, now gets a shot at the UK Championship.
And Juan Gonzalez go where he has never been before and become the United Kingdom champion. as Juan Gonzalez quite clearly likes the sound of being United Kingdom champion. Wants to give it a Latino feel, as it were, in Juan Gonzalez, a 5-time tag team champion in his own right.
Well,
he's certainly got the credentials in the tag team division. Can he do it? Can he become the United Kingdom champion for the first time in his illustrious career?
Well, I've got to say, as a resident of the UK, I'd prefer to see Juan Gonzalez as my champion than Sean Stevenson, that's for sure. The man from Hollywood has no pride in that belt.
Have we ever had a United Kingdom champion from the UK?
Me?
Were you United Kingdom champion?
I think I was.
You think you was?
Yeah, I've taken a lot of chair shots.
Well, that's something we can ask the Stat Monkeys about, I'm sure.
Yes, I held it for 98 days. Apparently. Wonderful. Good run.
Well, that's a lot of time to forget about here.
And apparently, yes, I'm the only UK champion from the UK. What
well,
interesting
there you
stuff.
are.
Well, there you go. I have my piece in history. On to this tag team match that we were waiting for.
You're a fine ambassador for the sport.
Oh, yes.
Foxy Valentine's and the Scorpions here tonight should be a great tag team matchup. What on earth are you going to say in your Hall of Fame speech when you can't remember half of your career?
I'll just wing it as I always do with promos.
This tag team matchup, nonetheless, should be a great confrontation. I'm gonna ask you again, Owen, and I want an answer. Don't sit on the fence on this one. Foxy Valentine's or the Scorpions?
Well, the Scorpions have come from the underneath, of course, behind until recently in this tournament, beating True Force to get that second point. And now looking for their third. I would say my favour is in the Scorpions. I would like to see them win, but Foxy Valentine's have held those belts before. The Scorpions have not.
A good point. Yes, Scorpions have yet to hold the women's tag team titles here in N.E.W. Foxy Valentine's have already held that honour twice. So far, it should be said, here in N.E.W. This should be a great matchup.
Yeah, women's tag team action coming up next.
Teacher and Protege versus the Scorpions here tonight in Foxy Valentine's. Of course, it's well documented. The Fox, 5'5", 132 pounds, actually trained Nancy Valentine. He's 5'2", 109 pounds. The shameless self-promoters of Foxy Valentine finally making their way to the ring, selfie sticks in hand. The Fox from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, Nancy Valentine from Long Island, New York. They may love each other a little bit too much, Erwin, some would say, but what a tag team Foxy Valentines have become.
Well, that's it. I mean, they've got the credentials. The only dual women's champion, Fox. They've had those tag belts twice. And they've had them, and Fox held that women's title for 54 days in her first run. I mean, again, as I say, they've got the credential, they have the stats on their side. And Sonia Jackson is currently the women's champion, and she's been on a roll in both singles and tag competition. Farrier, the same.
Absolutely, and you know the thing that has to be argued with about Jackson, you know, she's a 3-time women's champion. She's on that hunt, you know, for the elusive record-breaking fourth, but she has to lose that. She has to lose that title first, and what would it mean to Sonia Jackson if she could become the second only ever dual women's champion here in N.E.W?
Well, I think she'd probably consider that a more impressive stat right now than even consider dropping that women's title.
Well, yeah, you'd never voluntarily drop a title. Sonia Jackson and Farrier. Jackson 5'3", 126 pounds. Farrier 5'8", 152 pounds. Jackson from Essex, Vermont. Farrier from Lisbon, Portugal. Jackson, as I already mentioned, a 3-time women's heavyweight champion, but Farrier won the developmental title, the EFW Women's Heavyweight Championship, and what a great champion she was. It's interesting to note as well how the Scorpions always seem to never really walk together. I mean, Farrier does her old zombie stick when you never really know how prepared or how injured she might possibly be, and Jackson just marches to the ring, almost saunts there. The current women's champion, has developed a little bit of an attitude, in my opinion, since he won that third title unexpectedly here in N.E.W.
It's a very, very interesting combo, of course, both trained by Sonya Jackson's father, Diamond Jackson. Of course, that women's title, the #1 contender, will be found on Mayhem next week. It's going to be Diana Simmons taking on Akane Matsuda to see if one of them can beat Sonya Jackson and get a title shot at Riot.
I can't wait for that match.
Oh, it'll be tremendous.
Oh, Matsuda Simmons, my word, I'm salivating at the prospect already.
And well, of course, the tag belts, it's all going to be whoever can get the most points by the end of next week. And that is who faces the Outlaws, and they have gone into that ring and said they are ready. They will certainly have to prove it come Riot, whoever wins this. There's still time. True Force could very well come back up from the 1 point and dominate this division.
Hey, I would never put it past Alice Young and Diana Simmons to dominate anything. Mike Shitopa rings the bell, and here we go. The Fox and Farrier start this one off, and what a quick Hurricane Rana by the Mistress of Mind Games, taking out the first ever dual champion of N.E.W. Oh, in dramatic fashion, Facebuster carries on the attack. Good start by Farrier. What a sweep.
Again, we're starting to see these face off often. They know what they're up against.
Oh, misses with that big body splash.
Both will know what to expect from one another.
Fireman carry counter. Yeah,
Just getting that momentum all that little bit harder.
Yeah, when two teams are as well scouted as these two are, it's inevitable. There's going to be counters galore here tonight. What a backbreaker there by the Fox, who's one of the best technical wrestlers in N.E.W. as well. So that's not going to be exactly good news for Sonya Jackson or Farrier. Tag made to Nancy Valentine, the protege, no slouch herself, middle rope. High risk here, potentially high impact.
Fox, of course, giving Valentine the opportunity.
Oh, misses with a drop kick, just took way too long there, Erwin. Sidestep by Farrier.
Oh,
kick to the gut.
well, Valentine managing to capitalise here, but not for long.
Oh, and a big Russian leg sweep there by the Mistress.
Gets her back into the Scorpion's corner. The champ in the ring here.
Oh,
completely missed there.
450 splash, whatever it was, by Sonya Jackson was ill-advised. Nancy Valentine didn't even have to roll out the way. Completely out of position, made that tag, and now Foxy Valentine's looking to capitalise. Oh, double arm drag. Oh,
what
my
a shot.
word, what a...
Back and chest there. The dual kicks from Foxy Valentine's.
Fox on middle rope. Oh, and the body splash connects this time for Jackson, who is in trouble. Has been alienated relatively well in this match so far by Foxy Valentine's, the current women's champion. Oh, responds. What a Hurricane Rana by Jackson.
And again, this match is crucial to gain the lead in this point system. The third point on the line.
Yeah, this one really does make all the difference. Oh,
gives them a good head start going into next week, where I can only imagine this is going to get a lot more heated as we roll into Riot.
Hard left hand by Jackson, and a slap right to the face of the Fox, showing complete disrespect. And this is what I mean about Sonya Jackson. Ever since she won that third women's title, and I admit it was a shocker, and I admit it was a massive triumph for Jackson, this attitude that she's had has left something to be desired.
Well, the rolling senton connect that time. Off the middle rope, but Fox is ready again, sweeping the knee with a kick. Well, I know what you mean about Sonya Jackson. She has got a lot more dastardly with her attack, a lot more vicious.
Look, I've got no problem with attitude. I mean, I love teams like Magnum Opus who have plenty of that, and as such. But you know, you got to be able to cash those checks that your mouth starts to write. And I mean, in my opinion, with the greatest respect to Sonya Jackson, there are better all-out wrestlers in the women's division than the current champion.
I don't know about that. I think a lot of people underestimate Sonya Jackson's ability in that ring.
Oh, hard right forearm. And a swinging neck breaker.
I mean, let's not forget she's got a Jake the Snake like DDT that has just put people away time and time again.
That vicious out drag. Sorry, good point there. When that huge DDT is a devastating manoeuvre, but Nancy Valentine
returning the slap there. Oh, going for the Valentine bow. Has it cinched in?
Going for that submission. Chitopa's there. Not much partner can do about it. Jackson rolls out of it finally.
She has been there before. She knows how to escape that manoeuvre.
Chitopa almost got another shot. Tag made. Fox now on the top middle rope.
Seen this before.
Oh dear lord!
Canadian gut buster, face buster combo. God, that's a mouthful. We're gonna have to think of a better name for that.
The Canadian face buster combo. Sounds like something you get at KFC.
It really does.
Leg drop. What a leg drop by the Fox right across the windpipe of Sonia Jackson. Looking for a surfboard here, looking for their submission again. Chitopa needs to get into position, and he does.
Bow and arrow stretch, grinding the knees against the spine of Sonia Jackson. She bridges free.
Finally gets that bridge, but again, that second submission maneuver to the spine of Jackson. How much fuel does the current champion have left in the tank? What a guillotine by the Fox.
Face first.
Oh, big drop kick.
But again, do not underestimate Sonia Jackson. The beating she took and just delivered that drop kick with perfection.
The Mistress of Mind Games, now the legal woman. The Fox unable to make the tag counters. The hook up, leg sweep, needs to capitalise.
Valentines, for the most part, have been one step ahead in this matchup.
Oh my word! What an
ran her into an armbar.
What an armbar that was! Rolled relatively quickly. Out of it by Farrier.
Rolling free again, knows her submissions, knows how to break free, but nonetheless has received a bit of a beating herself from Foxy Valentines here.
Oh, I love this manoeuvre. There we go.
Split-legged moonsault.
That split leg moonsault by the Fox. Stunning in its athleticism.
Oh. That sunset flip can mean only one thing.
There it is, Foxcross. Foxcross, that submission is in.
Farrier can't quite
in a perfect position. Farrier cannot reach the rope. She's literally inches away. She does not tap out. The Fox has to let go.
Pure resilience, perhaps foolishness from Farrier there. A lot of damage has been done.
I think it's a blessing in disguise that Sonia Jackson made the tag when she did. Otherwise this match would be over.
But Valentine
almost
miscalculated there. And let Sonia Jackson free Farrier from that pin.
2.9, however, it was close. Oh, jawbreaker by the Mistress of Mind Games, trying to fight back here.
Oh,
what a kick! A godly kick right to the temple.
Just a straight up high kick to the side of the head. Farrier just pulling out something big to get the momentum back on her side.
A hard gut check to the rib with that drop kick. Tries to stop the tag being made, but fails. Valentine again. Now the legal woman.
Sweep.
What a leg sweep by Farrier.
And the nose of Nancy Valentine may be crooked after that one.
Trying to drag her back to her own corner now. One can only hope that Jackson has recovered sufficiently enough. Tag made. Oh,
and a kick to follow it up.
Atomic Bulldog kick by Jackson and Farrier. Great double team again by the Scorpions. That GBH neck wrench. Yeah, Jackson confident that the tide has turned for the Scorpions.
Needs to capitalise while Fox is still down on the mats on the outside. No sign of her in the corner yet.
Oh, Fox has taken a long time out of this matchup. Nancy Valentine is on her own.
With only a
1.9. Bless you. Oh!
Oh! Dragging her by her arm.
It's like an arm breaker. Tag made. Oh, big drop kick by Farrier.
Realise.
No! What a jawbreaker.
Yeah, I think she...
A sit-out jawbreaker.
More of the head due to the height difference between these two. But did the job. As rock now.
Oh, springing neck breaker by Farrier. There's this flurry of shots to the head now of Nancy Valentine. Fox is still not in the corner. Nancy Valentine is all on her own.
Oh, wait.
A defied figure 4 by Farrier.
That bridge. And that's enough.
That's enough.
Fox had got up, but not quick enough.
Literally just got back to her own corner. Still clearly woozy, disorientated by the previous attack by the Scorpions. And Sonia Jackson of Farrier. The huge win here tonight, Owen.
Incredible victory. Gaining that 3rd point, putting themselves ahead in this women's tag point hunt. Gotta wonder how this will affect the matches going into next week.
One can only wonder. Time will only tell. Big victory. Important victory for Sonia Jackson and Farrier here tonight. The Scorpions in a now prime position for that title shot at Riot 12 for the Women's N.E.W Tag Team Championship.
What an intercontinental ranking spectacle we have coming up next. Of course, that's on the line. At Riot 12, Rick Weaver having to pull double duty as he defends his impressively held Intercontinental Championship against Charlie Braddock. But, well, these two are just going to pull out one hell of a match. I can almost feel it in my bones. It's either that or it's going to be over like a flash in a pan.
Well, false count anywhere between Blaze and Louis Richardson, and a 20-minute Ironman tag no DQ between End Times and Magnum Opus means that N.E.W isn't done by a long shot here tonight. Two great dual main events here. Blaze and Louis Richardson, two of the all and out stars here of N.E.W, two of the trailblazers, if you will, of this company.
Just going to be I hope this goes long, because these two, when they're in the right mind, it could turn into an absolute slobber knocker, this one, to steal a term.
And here we go, Blaze, 5'8", 239 pounds from Long Beach, California, a 3-time United States champion in his own right. One of your buddies in a plume of smoke, not for the first time. A veteran of N.E.W. and not to be taken lightly.
You are, of course, referencing the party buses fog machine.
Of course, the fog machine. Blaze, a tremendous wrestler, yeah, all joking aside, a tremendous wrestler.
You don't get to be a 3-time US champion for nothing. I mean, these two are what caused each other to have the history they have in that US division.
Many would say that these two men defined the United States division, battling for that title time and time again. Both these men, multi-time United States champion, Blaze holding the title 3 times in his career, as I've already said. Louis Richardson has held it 6.
And of course, both of them now looking forward, looking upward to that Intercontinental title. Which again, of course, already has been determined for Riot 12.
Yeah, a whole new ball game, the Intercontinental Championship, a title that neither of these men have held in their illustrious careers. many would call the IC belt the workhorse title. Both these men would make fitting champions for such an accolade. Lewis Richardson, 5'8", 206 pounds, from Toronto, Canada. Former cruiserweight champion, as I've already said, a 6-time United States champion. Louis Richardson, one of the best United States champions of all time, but has set his target on a new goal, firmly set, Erwin, on the Intercontinental Championship. He truly believes he is the workhorse of N.E.W. and wants the title to prove it.
Well, again, both of these men I could see eventually getting that belt, and both of these men I could even arguably see having a similar battle over it as they did the US belt. They are certainly prime Intercontinental Championship candidates.
Shows the years of sacrifice, hard work and blood these three men have spilt to get to this opportunity. Mike Shatopa rings a bell. Oh, I can't say that either of these men haven't earned it.
Richardson starting off strong here.
Immediately goes to the outside looking for someone to play with. Of course, this match is false count anyway, so it is Extreme Rules. What a shot to the kidney with that sledgehammer. Blaze tries to shake it off, finally gets close enough to Richardson for him not to be able to use that sledgehammer. What a power bomb! My God, what a power bomb by Louis Richardson. This one has started off quickly, Erwin.
Yes, it has, and surprisingly Blaze wasn't the first one to find weapons. Neither of these unfamiliar, again due to their rivalry with these kind of matches. Blaze had to learn submissions because of his competition with Louis Richardson. Shocked Louis Richardson with the tenacity of those submissions, which forced him to get better. They are both the reason.
Gut-wrench suplex by Blaze.
They are so high up in the Intercontinental rankings today. It's kind of amazing that they don't like each other that much, but ring-wise, they are the reason they are so good.
Oh, misses that drop kick.
It's the yin and the yang, if you will. Blaze off the ropes. Blocked a forearm. Return with a shot. Starting to get some offensive here. Facebuster.
Got through takedown by Richardson. Stomp right to the chest. Oh, takedown.
Richardson with a lot of control in this matchup so far. Oh, what an enziguri.
Richardson will taking down Blaze. Oh, that hard right hand. He rolled to the outside to try and catch a breath, but it did him absolutely no good. That gut buster by Richardson, who stayed square in the ring, forcing Blaze to come back into Richardson's playhouse. That fireman carry countered by Blaze. No disrespect to your buddy Blaze, but if this comes down to a technical fight, my money's going on Louis Richardson, Erwin. Oh, Northern Lights suplex.
In that ring so far, there's no denying that.
Real rope goes Richardson. The 6-time United States champion is starting to take control. Oh.
Boots Blaze back a step.
Oh, double axe handle. Good old fashioned double axe handle, they all work.
Was setting for a pile driver, and Blaze managed to counter his momentum.
Tremendous counter by Blaze. Didn't last long. What a hard clothesline, goes for a pin. Chatopa's down. Not even the two. The toughness of Blaze is unquestionable, but frankly he's looked unprepared for a wrestler the calibre of Louis Richardson here tonight so far, Erwin.
Well, again, these two are what caused each other to get better in that ring. Blaze perhaps trying
counters
to push
again, does Blaze.
Louis Richardson here in the early goings, taking a beating to dish one out later on. However, he is racking up the pain right now.
Another guillotine by Richardson. Arm drag again by Blaze. Goes right back to that headlock. Arm drag by Richardson. Anything you can do, I can do better. And a snap suplex with authority by Richardson.
Blair's certainly in danger now. Richardson
Pile
gets
driver.
the pile driver this time.
Shades of Jerry the King Lawler with that glorious pile driver.
Blair's
The King would have been proud of that one.
definitely needs to come back. It's about now or never. I think Louis Richardson set to put this one back in the bag, but Blaze does return with a gut shot. Quick headlock. Oh, backbreaker.
Rolling Thunder. Taking a page out of the book of Rob Van Dam.
Could be setting up. The pile driver is yes, flip pile driver.
Sweet Jesus, what a maneuver. Makes me flinch every single time. The top is down, it has to be on. No!
Blaze finally with a tremendous comeback gets his signature flip pile driver.
How the hell did Louis Richardson get a shoulder up after that vicious flip pile driver? Oh!
Shooting star press. That's gotta be enough.
Billy Kidman, are you watching? Because that is how you execute a shooting star press. Oh, it's enziguri! What an enziguri by Richardson!
That could be it. Shatopa taking a little time to get down though. Blaze kicks out at
It's
2.
been a long night for Mike. He's been attacked a few times tonight already.
He's already taken almost his staple beating in the ring. Surprisingly, this Falls Count Anywhere match staying.
Mike Shatopa's going to be the first official ever inducted into a Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Backdrop. Louis Richardson.
Blaze dropping to the outside. But again, this is Falls Count Anywhere. He has no reprieve from those pinfalls or submissions. Northern Lights by Louis Richardson.
Tremendous Northern Light suplex.
Blaze
Costly takedown by Blaze.
Richardson again ready though, pushes him away with his feet. Oh no, not on the outside! Pile driver once more!
It's Falls Count Anywhere. This could be over right here.
This has perhaps dug out old wounds here. Louis Richardson somewhat taking it personal, an elbow to the face. Oh wait, looking to finish things here.
Pedigree! Pedigree right on the sledgehammer, that has to be it. Your buddy could have been knocked out cold, it's over.
That's it, and I'm not surprised. A brutal pedigree on the outside.
I think his head may have connected with that sledgehammer that was also on the outside there, and I think Blaze's head connected with the handle of that sledgehammer. I didn't quite see it from that angle. It could have been the head, but the head of the head, if you will.
Well, and a great competitor, Louis Richardson. Blaze needs to once more rethink his attack against this man. Do you know what that will do whenever he returns to a conscious state?
Well, yeah, Blaze
dormant on the outside here.
Looked sluggish throughout that entire confrontation, in my opinion. Louis Richardson had him well scouted and picks up an impressive victory against an old rival here tonight. But what a main event this is, Erwin.
Well,
what
yeah, I mean,
consequences for your actions indeed.
Get ready, folks. I mean, if you're watching at home, get some popcorn or something. This one could get entertaining. This one could get beyond brutal. Beyond anything we've seen tonight. The amount of backstage brawls and interferences and cheap talk, trash talk we've seen from both sides. Goldman has finally had enough, and in 20 minutes we will see no disqualifications, no tags necessary, a 3-on-3 slaughter. And well, I'll be surprised if anyone leaves this match alive.
In times of magnum opus, a rivalry that has set chills into the heart of the locker room. It's got personal, it's got violent, and tonight, hopefully, it will be resolved. It's about time these two teams, excuse me, get into that ring and settle their differences the old-fashioned way. No more backstage brawls, no more politics, no more jockeying for position or favour with Adrian Goldman. Just a straight-up fight between N.Times and Magnum Opus.
Of course, the 5-figure fines still being applied regardless of them being thrown into this match as well. So all those participants in those backstage brawls are going to be a little out of pocket. Also, Grime, I'm getting word in my headset, Grime and Jimmy Falcon, if they do interfere in this match, will be applicable to one of those fines regardless of it being no DQ, so it might not be their best intention to come out here and cause even more chaos than this already will be.
Well, it should be one hell of a main event between N.Times and Magnum Opus. And we await the arrival, the end of times. And there he is, the Reaper, the Demon of Fleet Street, the master of this demonic group. Nate and Joe Freeman appear either side for him. Nate, the man who of course betrayed his brother to join the Demon, the original Demon, Joe Freeman, followed suit. And this team have been a dominating, terrifying force ever since. Later joined by Grime, who we believe will not be here tonight or face serious consequences from Adrian Goldman. The Reaper standing at 5'9", 257 pounds, Nate 6'1", 220, and Joe Freeman 6 foot, 224 pounds. Nate from Denver, Colorado, and Joe Freeman from Copenhagen, Denmark. The Reaper, well, he's either from hell or parts unknown. But he's demonic nonetheless.
And the only time they've defeated Magnum Opus as a team was in their last 6-man tag match. That, of course, was an elimination. This is not. This is brutality incarnate. And well, they have a lot of history with championships in their own right. Of course, Nate, as the one half of the Brotherhood, held those tag team titles for 56 days. Meanwhile, the Reaper, still without losing a title, has managed to go through 3 so far, currently holding the US title for 63 days. Despite telling everyone that it's worthless, meaningless junk, as was the last title he held, as is the one that he is trying to get from Rick Weaver and has failed.
The only title that the Reaper has ever been interested in, Erwin, is the World Heavyweight Championship. Been well documented, but his disrespect that has been shown to other titles has riled a few feathers, to say the least. Now, if any group knows a thing or two about championships, it's this one, Magnum Opus, the mastermind, the future, and the beast. Snake, Rick Weaver and Vega. Snake 6'1", 250 pounds. Rick Weaver's 5'10", 245 pounds, and Vega, the monster, 7'4", 640 pounds. Snake, of course, from Brooklyn, New York. His protege, Rick Weaver, from New York, New York. And Vega, we all know, is every man's nightmare, the wild card, the ace in the hole. Always the first to get into the ring. Weaver and Snake quite happy to let the monster take the lead in this one. That fist bump between the father and son almost of Rick Weaver and Snake. And look at all the gold they're in.
They have hit 200 days as of today as tag team champions. They are getting ever so close, only 130 days to go to break the overall record, which was held in 5 separate terms.
Could Magnum Opus do it? Could Magnum Opus almost achieve an impossible dream? Achieve something that no team has ever done before.
This is going to be chaotic. 20 minutes are on the clock.
Chitopa rings a bell, and this one will be insane. Rick Weaver, arm drag immediately to Freeman. Snake and Nate, I believe they're fighting, and the Reaper goes for Vega.
Gotta wonder what what condition this is going to leave Magnum Opus in.
Gut-wrench suplex by Rick Weaver, beautiful. An inverted DDT by Nate, and a just simple clubbing blow by Vega. All sick of these men not wasting any time.
The Reaper, of course, set to defend his US title. He's going to have to be concerned about this match and the condition it's going to leave him in as well. Nate and Joe Freeman with nothing really to lose in this match, arguably.
Yeah, of course, Rick Weaver winning the Intercontinental Championship from the Icon.
Samoan driver to snake by Nate.
Cowboy Roy.
Pump handle slam from Joe Freeman there. Reaper and Vega still going back and forth. The offense.
In the front of your screen there, Joe Freeman and Rick Weaver have been locked in battle from the very beginning here. Snake looks like he's in trouble at the hands of Nate. Another Samoan drop.
Again, I'm almost going to be surprised if we actually see any pinfalls or submissions in this match. I think this is purely to let Adrian Goldman allow these guys to beat themselves up in some kind of competition at least.
Well, you're absolutely right in what you're saying, Owen. But I mean, surely, as you've already mentioned, a lot of these men are in title defences at Riot 12. I mean, surely a part of their mind will be thinking of what's ahead and not just this personal rivalry. Magnum Opus's tag team title reign is already record-breaking in a single reign.
Perhaps another message Adrian Goldman is trying to get across here. That you pick your battles and make them take place in the ring. Absolutely. Rather than go after your opponents out back.
A Samoan drop by Snake, who finally gets the better of Nate after those two have been going back and forth for a while. Joe Freeman circling the original Demon. My word, it's just a wave of duplexes. Magnum Opus have started to take control. Rick Weaver, Snake and Vega working solidly here as a unit.
Yeah, the Reaper has been sent
wait a
out.
minute. Submission.
Stoper looking. Nate does not tap.
A Boston grab applied. Nate did not tap. Bridged out of it. Goes for the Russian leg sweep on the Giant. Joe Freeman back in the ring. Goes for Weaver, but Weaver had him well scouted there. Headlock. Arm breaker right across the shoulders there of Freeman. Excuse me, to Freeman.
The Reaper changing tacks and going for Vega, catching him off.
What a suplex by Weaver. Excuse me, DDT by Nate to the monster.
Arm breaker there.
It's all going on.
Quickly sliding to the outside, and this is starting to spill into chaos as expected.
Dear Lord.
The man who beat the Reaper stopped him from gaining his 4th championship in a row. Going for a pin here. After sending his head clattering off that turnbuckle post.
Wait a minute, it's become a 2-on-1 assault on Rick Weaver on the outside. Joe Freeman and the Reaper ganging up.
Meanwhile, Vega and Snake.
On the future of this business, Vega trying to go out there to help his tag team partner, as you quite rightly say, with Nate and
Vega
Snake.
and Snake had been destroying Nate in the meantime in the ring. Whilst all this has been going on the outside, and we were caught up in that.
And the mastermind stands over Nate, maybe taking his time, observing his boys on the outside. You see the look of concern for his team. Had Nate exactly where he wanted him, and you have to say, come on now, and you got to give props to Snake there. He went out there to help his guys out.
We did indeed. Perhaps risking more of this matchup in the process. Spinning forearm by Nate to Rick Weaver.
An uncharacteristic display of emotion there by Snake. Perhaps he's actually started to care about Rick Weaver and Vega. This is proving what I've been saying about Magnum Opus all along. When these guys train together, they fight together.
Turnbuckle post. Sorry, Vega just flattening
standing Uranagi.
The wave.
The weave by Rick Weaver. A Uranagi by Freeman and a weave by Weaver. One member of each team is down and potentially out.
DDT from Nate.
Vega.
2 count for Freeman on Snake.
I think broke that one up. I think Snake was out. I think Vega broke up that pin there.
5 minutes have elapsed and we're still 0-0.
Chaos.
But this insanity has not been in the ring for at least 2 of those minutes.
How on earth have we only got one official in this?
You only have one official in the damn company. There's only two over in N.E.W and EFW combined.
Adrian Goldman needs to cheap man.
Spend some money if you ask me. Net going for a pin here. Only a two. Shutop trying to move to get a better angle.
Oh, kiss of death to Snake.
That's it. That's
where the hell is Nate going?
Where is Nate going?
Oh, good God!
Right to the back of Weaver.
Oh, only a two.
2.9. Snake kicks out.
Rick Weaver, on the other hand, could very well be dead. Oh, a lock-in attack from Vega.
What?
The Reaper with that brutal submission maneuver. I barely caught it out of the corner of my eye.
It's 1-0 to end times after a shocking submission by the monster.
Shatopa is down after it.
Oh,
the chaos.
We have no referee.
We have no referee, and Nate is looking in the Denver Crab, which he calls now the Nate Crab. But it doesn't matter if Rick Weaver taps out.
Doesn't mean shit now. Why Shatopa's down?
It could have been 2-0 for end times.
The referee doesn't see it. It doesn't happen.
Shatopa finally back up. Vega with a bear hug. Oh, but I think the Reaper tapped before Freeman could free him.
Yeah, the Reaper did tap. The bell did definitely ring. It's 1-1. The two men who he would never expect to submitted.
Oh, but wait.
Oh.
Some kind of, almost a Kahina clutch, like a rear naked choke by Freeman.
Rick Weaver and Nate are fighting on the ramp.
Oh, wait, Vega rolling free.
Turned into an all-out brawl between these two young bucks.
Oh, a super kick to the Reaper. And a Vega bomb.
Vega bomb.
2 pins. Shatopa going for Snakes first. No! Vega now.
Yes!
Gets one. It's 2-1 for Magnum Opus.
Could have potentially been 3-1 if not for the Reaper kicking out of Snake's super kick. That Venom driver. Excuse me, that venomous light kick. Not enough to put Reaper away.
Weaver showing exhaustion. A standing Uranagi to Vega by Joe Freeman, the strength involved. And Vega just returns from that as if it was nothing.
Brushed aside. Brushed Freeman aside.
They're trying to
wait a minute. Best of both worlds by Weaver to Nick. This could be 3-1 right here.
Shatopa trying to get through the chaos.
Get through the chaos.
Going for a pin.
Joe Freeman's finally seen it, not breaking up.
Oh, kick out by Nick.
I think Freeman interrupted that. Mike Shatopa
going for a second
through
time.
The crowd. The best of both worlds again.
However, Snake was trying for a pin in the ring. Shatopa distracted by that.
Weaver finally gets his pin. Shatopa has to get to him. Freeman's out there.
Oh! Team destroys Shatopa again.
No, Mike, no.
Standing Uranagi by the Reaper to Vega in the ring.
There's no referee.
Standing kiss of death to
Rick
Weaver.
It could have been 4-1 to Magnum Opus. It could be now 4-2. It still stands at 2-1.
Shatopa back up. In time for a count. No. Freeman decides to relinquish. Snake now coming over to save his protege.
This is absolute chaos.
This is exactly what I expected. Adrian Goldman with his plan just to have these
big backdrop by Snake.
Destroy one another.
Oh. Hard shot by Nate, right back for the 7-time world champion. Meanwhile, Vega and the Reaper in the ring.
Oh, what a suplex, underhook, overhook.
It's Joe Freeman and Nate in the backdrop.
Getting further away from the ring. Oh.
Excuse me, Joe Freeman and Weaver.
The Reaper
back
and
to
Vega. Submission hold here, applied by Vega, gets free.
Ramp, oh.
Sorry to interrupt you there. There's so much going on here.
Oh dear Lord, no problem.
A dominator to Vega by the Reaper.
What strength! Weaver's not gonna get
but
Vega kicked
only
out! Vega kicked out of a dominator!
This is Chaos backslide driver. Snake's going for a pin on Nate. Freeman breaks it up. 9 minutes and 36 seconds remain.
Never mind more referees, we need more commentators. This is insane.
Need about 8 commentators to keep up with this stuff. Freeman going for a pin. Only a 2.
Suddenly the 3-man booth makes sense. Jawbreaker.
I think we've been talking over each other trying to call all of this.
Oh. Death Valley driver.
Nate bust open at some point during this soiree here. As Snake and Vega are making sure Freeman is staying away from his pack, but he is fighting back once more.
And lariat by Freeman to Vega.
The Reaper walks into Snake's boot.
Jawbreaker.
Oh, powerbomb.
Powerbomb. High impact.
The weave.
Again the weave. Right on the steel. Weaver primed and ready. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds on the steel ramp by Rick Weaver.
Standing Uranagi by the Reaper.
Going for a pin. Surely. No! Interrupted by the Reaper. Still stands at 2.1.
Oh wait, holding on. Going for that submission once more.
Well, Vega.
Oh, Vega just stepping on the Reaper.
Stepping on the carcass. At the Demon of Fleet Street. Oh no. Oh no, another powerbomb. On the steel.
Oh my god. This is possibly the best main event I've ever seen. Such carnage. Vega going for a bear hug. Freeman breaking it this time.
This is just a twisted clusterfuck of action.
It's beautiful.
I have no idea what's going on.
Freeman going for a pin on Snake.
Oh.
Did not get it. Oh! Oh! Magnum Opus starting to slip a little here. End time still behind.
What a
match. Nate Crab locked in.
Nate Crab's there.
Close enough, finally breaks it.
The Mastermind breaks it up. There's still 7 minutes and 20 odd seconds remaining.
What a power slam by Vega.
Oh, counters.
Super kick by Snake. Going for a pin.
Where's your topper? There's your topper. 2. Yes, 3-1 Opus. 3-1 Opus.
And there's carnage. I don't know if you're even going to count them as victors at the end of all this. Bump handle slam.
What a main event this has been.
Still over 6 minutes remain.
Oh, Vega bomb on the steel.
To the Reaper. Going for a pin, a headbutt by Joe Freeman.
If this is a 3, this is it. Chitapa can't get through to them.
Freeman breaks it up before he can.
With a body splash to Vega.
And there are bodies everywhere. Oh my word, the strength of Freeman. This lays on. What a gutbuster. Rick Weaver, meanwhile, sneaking another pin for Magnum Opus 4-1.
That's it. Surely it is it. A solid teamwork of Magnum Opus.
Freeman now going for a pin on Vega. Both Snake and Rick Weaver there to break that one up.
It's a tremendous hill to climb now for end times.
Oh, what a backdrop.
As I cough up a furball. Damn it, I'm Max Rodix and I don't even have a cough button. What a match this has been.
Weaver, who I think is also bleeding now.
I think everyone's bleeding by now, surely.
Oh, what a face buster to Vega.
What a club to the spine.
Just under 5.5 minutes now left of a bone-breaking match. DDT!
Dear Lord.
Out on that walkway.
There's going to be injuries after this.
Oh, and a backdrop.
Oh,
How the hell?
It's not like what an exploding suplex on the steel ramp.
Half of this match have to defend their titles next week.
2 amazingly Nick kicked out, keeping the hope alive for end times.
Rick Weaver could be facing another kiss of death. Yes, he does. Goes for a pin.
With the pin. Neither Vega or Snake are able to interfere. This could make it 4-2. No! Rick Weaver kicks out. Frustration by Joe Freeman, perhaps. He believes that the objectives have been achieved, i.e. to injure Magnum Opus, perhaps. What this is, what all this is about. End times just wearing down the current tag team champions. Doesn't matter about the win, it just matters about injuring one or more members of Magnum Opus.
Well, you've got to notice that End Times have not been quick to break up many tags here, many pins here, excuse me.
Standing Uranagi by the Reaper to Vega on the steel.
Going for a pin.
Weaver's there this time.
Dives in.
Who are the fans rooting for here?
I don't even know if they are. I think they're just enjoying this bloodbath. As am I.
Gut-wrench suplex by Freeman to
3
Weaver.
minutes and 38 seconds.
Planning DDT, dear God.
And again, maybe Adrian Goldman's plan is just to have 6 men cause 3 men to lose their titles at Riot. Maybe that is what this is all about, to stop this crazy war.
Oh!
Just about everyone, as you say, is bust open here.
3 minutes and someone else seconds remain. And it's just come down now to how much damage can be done. Do you even remember the last time this match was even in the ring, Owen?
No, I don't. Somewhere around the 15-minute mark, I believe.
A back body drop by Vega on the ramp. Almost certainly injuries are going to come into play here. Shitope with a pin broken up. No point even making pins at this point.
No, I mean,
these men are just look. Two men are unconscious. Oh, wait a minute, Snake is moving. Thank God Snake is moving. I don't know how hurt the 7-time world champion is.
I don't know how any of these are moving. This has been brutal. Most of it taking place on steel.
Joe Freeman finally back up.
Oh, another super kick.
Super kick to Nate. A last desperate shot by Snake. No!
Cannot get that 5th pin, it seems.
Was there some cheers there for Snake?
I think there are some cheers, but again, I don't know if it's just the sheer brutality of this entire thing. Rick Weaver going
Never
for
have the lines between good and evil been so murky. I'm not sure who are you rooting for in this?
I'm rooting for injury.
Oh dear. Well, there's no real response to that. Vega and Rick Weaver standing back to back here.
The medical report from this one is going to be a lengthy document indeed.
We're in the final straight for the snap suplex by the champion. Oh, an armbar by Weaver.
This is essentially what beat the Reaper. It beat Joe Freeman there.
5-1 Magnum Opus, who are looking to have won this in emphatic fashion.
But
is the victory is important?
I don't think it is. I really don't. This has been brutal. This has proven my point as to what I've been saying about Adrian Goldman's plan here tonight. Purely to cause pain and another bell rung. I think that's the submission by the Reaper there. Thanks to Vega.
I mean, I think the Reaper did that so Vega would let go of the hold. The damage has already been done. Snake has been assaulted time and time again by Nate, again going for a submission, not particularly looking for the submission, just looking to cause injury to the limbs. Rick Weaver is down at the hands of Joe Freeman. It's currently only Vega is putting up a fight.
But he is a monster.
Fireman carried by Snake. A backbreaker by Vega.
But he is showing signs of fatigue.
Snake kicking off Joe Freeman, his protege.
10 seconds remain. Chaos is almost over.
Who will get the last shots in?
Who will even be left standing? And it's over. Magnum Opus victorious 6-1 there, but again, how much does that actually matter at the end of this all? How many of these are actually even going to be able to compete at Riot 12?
Well, I hate to admit it, Owen, but I think you're absolutely right. The objective wasn't victory, the objective was injury, and End Times may have done exactly that here tonight in N.E.W. What a main event, what absolute chaos, Owen, but what a night!
What a main event and what a beautiful night we had, of course. As for N.E.W, we will be back next Monday, midnight BST. But don't forget to join us for Friday and Saturday's incredible developmental group from E.F.W. Live streams available on YouTube and various places around the internet. We will see you there. Thank you and good night.